Hello folks, GMod Biker here again. We're taking another look at my DR20 race car. I've changed the suspension a little bit, mainly to provide a little smoother ride, but also to help get it off the ground because it was basically just bottoming out on the suspension before. There's actually two suspension settings you can change on the fly. There's this one, which is closer to the stock settings. So it's very low, not quite as low. Before it was kind of here. And then there's another setting which raises the back end up a little bit and the front just a little bit, mainly for if you're going off a jump or something like that to avoid bottoming out. And it also, in theory, increases the angle of attack on the fins just a bit, which helps keep you on the ground over some terrain. Basically this video I'm just going to run a lap around this highway map. There is a jump over there at the bridge, and then we're going to go through the loop. I've done this before, but it is pretty difficult still, so we'll see how good I do. So we're going to go ahead and lower our suspension. The suspension might change in the future. I might add one more setting that's more like the original, because that was a very smooth setting. But right now, we're just gonna play it by ear. Let's go. Okay, we're off to an excellent start, and we're going into the first turn. We gotta slow down quite a bit because this thing doesn't like to turn that much. Oops, jeez. There's like weird anomalies on this track that are not immediately apparent to the viewer, but I'll hit something. I'll hit random stuff on the way around this track. So we'll try to avoid where I know they are. Oh, there's one there. Now we're heading into the loop. If we gotta hit the loop perfectly straight, or else if we turn it all in the loop, we won't make it through. Come on, baby. Yes, that's what we're talking about. Don't lose control. Gotta slow down for this bridge. Car seems to be leaning a tiny bit to one side, but that's okay. I think it's just the suspension needs a little bit of tweaking still. I'm really focusing here to not hit these walls. I did actually try it with four-wheel steering. I did try that. Whoa, shit. Oh, we spun out. That's great. Like I was saying, I did try it with four-wheel steering to help make the steering better, but it's just too much. Maybe it would work at low speeds, but not worth it at this point in time. There we go, made it over that jump. I used the secondary suspension setting there to help keep us on the ground. Now we're heading into the home stretch. And we're going over random terrain elements that are not visible. Might be a little bit more wobbly with the suspension, but it's nothing you can't handle. It's still perfectly stable. It just is visually wobbly. And we're finishing off the home stretch now. Woo! I'd say that was a pretty good time. We made that one mistake there. I didn't actually time it, but that was pretty good. I'm getting pretty good at driving this car now. We did spin out that one time there, but I wouldn't say that was the car's fault. That was more my fault, and I overcompensated. And there's also some tweaking things, like when turning at high speed, it might turn a little bit too much still. And the suspension might not be perfect as well. But I'd say that was pretty good. I'd say that was a successful run. A lot of times, Garry's Mod cars, you have a little bit more trouble getting around tracks that easily. I should also note that the suspension is fixed now. Like this was wobbling before in the last video. I fixed it so that these front wheels no longer wobble, and I did that using Jackpody. Basically, he made a video on how to stop suspension wobble at high speeds. I'll put a link to that in the description. I actually saw the video a while ago when it first came out, and I even left a comment, but I forgot it existed. So that's why it was wobbly here, but now it's fixed because of that video. So if you're having trouble with that, check it out. Other than that, I think this video is pretty much done because I'm about to run out of fuel. Yep, this car runs out of fuel in about 4 minutes, like I said. I hope you enjoyed this. There's might be more to come of this car, mostly visual elements, things like that. Maybe another suspension setting. But right now I'm really happy with it. Have a good one.